That, this is how I say nothing. How's that for nothing?
Sopranos, woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. Last time we watched it, Cam was dying. Cam had the plague.
Yeah, I looked really not good. I watched the episode when it came out and I was like, oh man. And now I'm eating, which is very unbecoming.
That's what I'm used to now, like just glasses. You were sick for like the past year. I'm used to you being on the verge of death.
Yeah, it's the first time in a while I haven't been on the verge of death.
I think it's called... I know one of these is called Meadowlands, but we'll see.
I don't know if I could remember any Breaking Bad episode titles. Or Better Call Saul. Ozymandias, like...
Because everyone brings that up.
Everyone knows that one.
Killer Cam. Subscribe to Killer Cam. Talented, gifted YouTuber.
I'm normally not eating on camera. Oh my god, it's a mukbang. I'm like Hassan Piker.
Should've just rang the doorbell, Brendan. Come on.
Hey, yo! Yeah, yo! What are you doing?
I'm trying to remember where we left off.
I think some kids, I don't know. It's a gift from Tony Soprano.
I love that fake gun sound.
Yeah.
That Looney Tunes.
Maybe the biggest score of my whole year.
You're lucky Tony doesn't shove the cab up your ass.
Coke while driving.
Stuff missing from the truck. He didn't give a as long as the thing's back. And then he said to tell Tony thank you, and if there's anything Tony needs, I should give him a call.
Tony? Those fucking junkie they work for Tony. And old man calmly thanking Tony?
Should have taken care of this Christopher Maltasante thing with Junior Soprano.
Take it easy. We're not making a Western here. Bought his kid a $400 surfboard for his birthday.
Are you aware of the surfboard economy?
No, but my friend was just telling me that he's going snowboarding, and I was like, I don't know anything about snowboarding. How much do snowboarding supplies cost? And he said he spent like $1,100 total.
Yo, that's crazy.
But he said the most expensive thing, he said his boots were $570. And I was like, why did you spend... I'm like, I don't know anything about snowboarding.
The trick picture out there?
Which?
Barn. And the old tree all rotted out inside. There's a special made psychological picture. What do you call a test? Rorschach.
What
does that picture say to you?
It says, hey, asshole, we're from Harvard, and what do you think of this spooky, depressing barn and this rotted out tree we put here?
Depressing and scary to you?
Not to me. But it's got that built right into it. Friend of mine's in the hospital.
You worried about him?
Jackie's so mean he'll scare that cancer away.
Friend has cancer.
When they hook you up, do you want to make sure they don't have air in your veins? Or do you think that's just bullshit?
Oh, I kind of remember this.
Nothing like that's gonna happen here.
And the line will kill you. You know who else?
Well, I was about to ask you if you've ever had an IV, and then I was like...
Oh, yes.
Yes, you have.
In my arm for a week straight. I hated it.
Oof.
It would pop out sometimes, and you just start spurting blood everywhere. Yeah.
I had a similar-ish thing. I had, like, IV anesthesia, popped out, and I was like, ah!
That happened to me, and I was on blood thinners. So my blood was just,
God.
pouring. Like, it was like I literally could have died.
Thank God he left. Nice guy, but he's like the Grim Reaper. It's like he knows every guy with a cancer cell, and he can't wait to tell you.
Who might be a candidate for clinical trials? These, stump cell therapies,
Wally, don't you listen. You don't want to hear no more cancer talk. Trust me, you caught a break being Jewish. What I got to deal with? Jews.
You.
Property. That motel down the street from the club.
The Jew. With all Hasidim.
I see them, but I don't believe them. Teitelman's son-in-law will not give Teitelman's daughter the consent. Some 50% of his motel.
Call it a get.
Why don't he just, it's taboo for their religion.
You don't want to do business with these people.
It's like that thing where it's like, murder is frowned upon in Japan. They have a term that's like, ending life.
That crash you all heard was Mezzo-Soprano jumping her cue.
Miss Maris, we're really exhausted from studying for SATs. We were up past 2 last night.
Are you her lawyer?
No.
Although why they'd schedule the SATs the same week as our recital is...
Same day.
What?
Yeah.
What?
American landmass is between me and Tony and Carmela.
Would you call your parents... Did you go through a calling your parents by your first name phase?
No. A little bit in... I think for like a year in high school, I would call my mom by her first name to like my friends. Never to her face.
I didn't even know my mom's first name until I was like 10. Because I'd be like, Mama.
Would this be Adi Bucco?
Hey, Gavidar.
Needs a little work, but we'll get there.
Listen, you need some startup cash, you know, until the insurance settlement on a restaurant comes.
Insurance. There'll be an Italian president before I see any insurance money. Putting us through a second arson investigation.
What do they think, you're mobbed up?
Yes.
Why would they think you have mob ties?
This restaurant is the mob hangout, too.
Yeah, right.
I could always be a plumber.
He doesn't know, though, right? He burned his restaurant down. He's like, oh, we're having all these arson investigations. Like, well, arson.
What's the title?
Life lesson.
Cam family reunion.
Paulie?
Not in front of the Italian sausage with the pig.
Does he have a name, or do we have to give him?
Know the story about my daughter and her husband?
Yeah, he knows.
Do you have a daughter, Mr. Soprano?
Yes. Call me Tony.
What would you do if your daughter was abused by her husband?
Talk to him.
Yeah, in ball-peen hammer.
You understand my anger. But he's mocking our laws of marriage. Was hat nem tisk? Do. Is there Zugendu?
I wish I knew enough Yiddish to know how accurate. I'm sure it's accurate. That'd be crazy if they were just like making sounds.
All right, 25%. He wants 50, we get 25.
Du hast beschatte Keulen hier. Ist auch was Atem, deine miese Stick. So.
Give me what I want, and you have a deal.
It's done. Almost hell, and you will never get them out.
This hair is crazy. This hair is insane.
That's how a lot of them. I can't remember what that's called.
To have a receding hairline but have braids on the side is insane.
Are you a bill collector? I don't know who you are, but any problem I may or may not be having with my family is none of your matter.
Shlomo is a friend of mine.
Shlomo is an arrogant, ignorant control freak. Look, I know him since before I had hair on my pencil. So I sweated blood into this place, and he owes me.
I'm not embarrassed. You embarrassed?
Listen to me, you weirdo. You give Shlomo whatever the he wants, and you forget this 50%. You got nothing coming to you.
You say bupkis, Paulie.
Huh?
That's how they say nothing.
That, this is how I say nothing. How's that for nothing?
Is bubkiss a Jewish word?
I think it's Yiddish, yeah.
Come on, this fundraisers. Since when do we open our house to strangers?
Oh, you're right. Let's just move back to Italy. We'll live in a little hill town just like our ancestors. Put a big wall around it. And we'll throw burning oil on all the travelers that knock at the gate.
Come on!
Charmaine, tried to find nice things to say about that house.
Not bad. Need a little work, that's all.
That fire.
And insurance will get off its ass.
You think it could have been arson?
Hey!
Banging on the painting is crazy.
These are just practice tests, and they're brutal.
Parents know you hear this late cacciatore?
Hunter, please sleep over.
Start sleeping then. Study time's over.
Oh man. White families. Just talking back.
If we can't score some crystal, we're dead.
Yo, okay.
I know Hunter's like supposed to be a bad influence, but I also feel like I feel lame being like, yeah, she sucks.
It's all over the break front. I want this place to sparkle.
She's usually very good, from Poland.
Please get in the car, sir. Come on. Like the cop would be calling this asshole, sir, if the cameras weren't around. I saw this one anyway.
Why don't you call Tony? You can call Junior and see if we can change a channel.
Wants to go to work around here.
Yeah, restaurant hostess. Real tough work.
It's your little cousin.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, hello to you too.
And Hunter, what are you doing?
Don't mind him, his brain is fried. You want a soda or something? How about a beer? Yeah, right.
So what do you want, Meadow?
I think she wants something from me.
In your dreams, Brendan.
Age gap.
I want a cop.
What do you mean, cop?
Where's some crystal?
Yeah, you got money?
Shut up. How about for starters, your father will put a bullet in my head? Since when do you take speed anyway?
She doesn't. I needed to study for exams.
Yeah, right. Hunter needs it. Forget about it. No way.
Just thought I'd ask you before we went down to Jefferson Avenue.
Those Moulignans will rob you, rape you, and leave you on the side of the road.
I learned what Moulignan meant by watching this show. That's a racial slur I never heard in my life.
Hey.
Can't let her go down to Jefferson Ave. They'll sell her Ajax.
She's not gonna go down there. She's just trying to get me to give her some speed.
Isn't it better if she gets it from you with all that poison that's floating around?
Whatever happened with the Jew at the motel? They're going back.
Just looking for my nurse's pin.
You got the wrong room there, hon, because you are not my nurse.
I know, but I made up the bed.
No, sweetheart, I have not been out of this bed all day.
I'm sorry, I just need to check some vitals. That seems to be working fine.
Flowers. Nobody sends flower arrangements like New York.
This damn... Got it. Oh.
I was gonna say, I just remembered they've like, I couldn't remember if they flooded the room with strippers or if it was just one.
Oh, I'm not home.
Oh my god, she's jacked.
She's muscular.
God damn.
Mr. Abreu, it's time for your sponge bath.
So is she like... Was that like a prostitute, or was she gonna
That's
like...
what I'm like, yeah.
Like, how far did that go?
That was nice of you to have a party for your friend.
Tufts Medical School. You're a doctor. What do you think about Jackie?
I'd have to know more about his condition.
I told you about his condition. He's got cancer.
What kind of cancer?
It's in the intestines. There was a tumor, and they took it out. It's recurred.
But you said he might go home. They're not operating?
Well, it's next to something vital.
I see.
You see?
From what you're telling me, it doesn't sound very good.
From what I'm telling you. Well, what the f do I know? I'm not a doctor.
Angry? Who with?
This man has had chemo every day for 3 weeks. He still has every last hair on his head. Every last hair on his head, and he's got a beautiful head of hair. Don't tell me about how it sounds, because you don't know him, and you don't know me, and you don't know what the f you're talking about.
As we're getting closer to you confronting your true feelings about what's really going on here. The tree in the painting, write it out, you said? There's nothing in that picture to indicate that.
I knew that was a scam.
Remember your dream? The ducks? It took on another meaning. What happens to a tree that's rotted out?
Trees, ducks, what the f are you, Ranger Rick? I'll tell you, some job you shrinks got, you think everybody's lying to you while you're pulling scams on them. You.
Now, are you sure we ordered enough champagne?
Finds out you got this from me.
Yes.
Look at me. This is no joke. I know you and me don't always get along, but I don't think you want to see me dead.
Getting some meth from your cousin?
God, doesn't anyone ever knock? Tell Brendan the hunter would rather die than go out with him.
Brendan? Christopher, you keep that asshole away from that child, you understand me?
That grown man.
If they're taking that SAT, they're probably juniors.
So you don't mind I some money for a new place because... Look at that face.
Don't tell me that you took money from Tony Soprano.
How is it different? How is it different? I'm a chef. I need a place to cook.
How? I'm giving Camilla my support, that's how. And it's for a very reputable cause. But to have that man as a partner, trust me, Artie, that would be insane.
Name me another person who offered us anything except the Sopranos.
His wife might be the most reasonable character in the show, because Carmela is ridiculous.
Charmaine! Charmaine!
A great cook, Artie. I cook like this. Reminds me of what I lost. My restaurant ripped from me. I can't tell you. It was like losing a limb. Sometimes I lay in
All right,
bed
start
and
the
then-
Z. Start the Z. Okay, enough already. Why don't you forget about the past? Look to the future, okay? I'm sick of hearing about your restaurant. Shut up about it, you depressive jerk!
What the do you know about it?
Jerk.
Not the food. Not the food.
See what you get? Get up, you stubborn.
Because you won't say yes to a divorce?
It's not that simple. Why not? It's on your name to a piece of paper.
I don't like you.
Yeah? Well, I don't like you. How's that?
You work for nothing? I don't think so. To go to Israel, I send her. I'm done to her body, I pay. I feed her, I clothe, I put a roof over her head, I spend a fortune. On top of that, I worked for her father for 20 years and put up with his abuse. I should walk away without a nickel?
That she is so young.
Working out the way we hoped.
Yeah. the third SWAT really sealed the deal for some reason. Yeah, she does. I keep looking and I'm like, no, she's not that young. And then I'm like, no, yes, she is.
She looks like she's like your age.
I'm like, she looks like she's like 30. And then I'm like, no, she looks like she's like 18.
Dude, look at that face.
Yeah.
You kill me, and a dark cloud goes over Shlomo's house. There'll be no get unless restitution is...
Really would let me kill you, wouldn't you, you sick?
2 years, 900 Jews held their own against 15,000 Roman soldiers. And the Romans, where are they now?
You're looking at him, asshole.
True.
Yeah, hold that thought. This guy won't listen to reason.
I warned you to keep away from those fanatics.
He's leaving me no options. This guy's willing to go down with the ship like no man I've ever seen.
They can't kill him, right? Because then they have like blood on their hands.
Willing to go to the world to come, but if you're stuck here on this earth, I know one thing that no man wants to go through life without.
What? Oh. That's a very good idea.
That's all.
Finish his bris.
Like a moil.
Get the bolt cutters from out of the trunk.
It was the food, Maney. Everybody raved about it.
Her teeth are so white, goddamn.
She uses the Crest whitening strips.
Look at you, you're just brushing your gums. How are your teeth not insanely yellow?
I white strip for 10 hours a day.
Let me feel your teeth. Oh my god, they're so soft.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, how do you get your teeth that white in like the 90s?
It's probably silly for me to even bring it up now.
What?
You were down at the shore with your parents that summer? You and Tony were on the outs? He called me.
He did?
One thing led to another. We started dating each other, and Camilla, I slept with them.
I mean, if this was before marriage.
Okay, why is she telling her this? Is she trying to like sever their ties?
Yeah, cause she's like treating her like a poor, like the maid. Like, oh, poor you lost your restaurant. Let me take you under my wing and protect you from this.
And she's like, I fucked your husband. Oh, sorry, Carmela.
Top, the guy gave you the get, didn't he?
What's that? What's that?
For your considerable trouble. Listen to me. You want to give your son-in-law 15% of the motel? Got you your get. You get us on.
Was clean. I created a living golem.
Cause a golem.
Lord of the Rings hasn't been out yet.
Yeah, what's this Lord of the Rings shit?
Oh, that chemo hit.
Oof.
Got some good news. We're in the motel business. How do you like that? Anyway, Paulie's downstairs. He thinks he broke his hand on the guy's head. I'm threatening to cut his dick off, praying. I'm trying to get his pants off.
What is up with this shirt?
Hers? Oh, that goes crazy.
Him and his little, friend.
He always loved Christopher. The other one, Filoni?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You got a lot of sense for an old gal.
He didn't even care I was there.
Tony, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, he's dying.
Can't believe he was more concerned with dying than my little castration thing I did.
Somebody called me a Frankenstein today. I'm not afraid of death. Not if it's for something. A strong, beautiful man. Just wither away to nothing. Can't do nothing about it. And if all this shit's for nothing, why do I gotta think about it?
He looks so funny. I'm just now realizing how little I've given to this whole thing. I've just been sitting here watching.
That's what they want.
Yeah, I guess. They're always like, you talk too much. I feel like the second you offer any like minor criticism of the media you're watching, they're like, wow, how could you say that?
Even if you're like the whole time, this is so good, I love it so, and then like you say something, but that was kind of goofy. They hone in on that.
Scarface, which is like arguably one of the most fun, I would say, that we've
That
done.
was such a
like,
fun
we had
movie.
so much fun, and we were like, we love this movie, but the Cuban accents are a little cringy, and everyone was like, what is wrong with you?
They were screaming at us. I was like, oh man.
So mad.
I got paid. The more
Oh,
comments they leave, the more money I get.
Lining Awesome's pockets.
I don't want it to Crystal. If they would have her, I don't want to die now.
Okay, that's not her.
Bye, Jack.
The shower in my apartment, like the floor of the shower for some reason was really slippery. And I was like, oh my god, it'd be terrible to like slip and like to have someone find you like in the shower. It's so undignified.
If you have to live through that, like your roommate comes home, your
That
family
was
is
literally
like,
what I was thinking. I was like, I couldn't face my roommate.
you just have to lay there and die.
It's too embarrassing. I just have to die.
But yeah, that was a good episode. A solid episode. Good. What makes the whites happy makes the blacks upset. What makes the Moulin Yang... What makes the Italians happy makes the Moulin Yangs upset.
I know I'm still supposed to hate you. I know I'm still supposed to hate you. But tonight is tense and we miss you. Phone calls and the